and leave the rest. But you always come true, and I always appreciate that. This is the Late Night Show on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, the number one station that gives you a voice. And as usual, I want to hear your voice today. How are you? How was your day? Yep. What kind of day did you have? Was it a good day? Was it mid? Was it just there? Or was it just a crazy day and you can't wait for it to end? It's 9 minutes before 10 p.m. And today is almost to its end. I hope that you're resting and just, letting off all the steam and just trying to, relax and sleep off and just rest off the stress of the day. I'm your stress reliever. That is why I'm here. Sometimes I bring you humorous conversations, and sometimes it's so serious and so complicated it can't help but set your brain, rolling, and you're thinking, what is this one again that the radio girl has brought? Well, today is one of those days I bring you humorous conversation to just help you unwind, help you relax, and help you just, enjoy your night. Just enjoy the close or the end of today. I'm the radio girl, and you are welcome to the Late Night Show on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Don't forget that you can get to see the visual aspect of the show. All you need to do is head on over to our YouTube channels and type into the search bar Voice of the People 90.3 FM. You get to see the face behind the voice, and not just that, you can also watch replays of your favorite shows and see your favorite OEPs and all of that. All right, welcome to the Late Night Show. As usual, we'll begin with a candid conversations, and I just want to relate with you for a while, before I get into the topic of the night, and let you know what it is that we will be talking about tonight. The subject of our candid conversation is a young man who wants to sue his landlord. When I got this one, I couldn't help feeling some type of way, because I know that so many times we've always had this issue, people coming up and saying, you know what, I've had enough of this person. It seems I paid money to this person in order to buy myself this little space as big as the earth is. That place where you pay for your house rent is a little spot of the world where you feel that you own and you can do as you deem fit, with decorum, of course. And then someone comes and feels like, oh, I want to give you rules to live by, because you even though you paid, this place still belongs to me. Yes, and this young man is not having it. Voice of the People 90.3 FM is where you're at, and the voice that you hear belongs to the radio girl. This is the Late Night Show. Stay with me. If you're just joining me, you are in for a lovely ride. Stay with me. wondering, wonder no more. The late night show is where you're at. This is a voice of the people. 90.3 FM, and the voice that you hear belongs to the radio girl. Yes, I will be your host up until 12 a.m. As usual, we'll be diving right into the show and topic for tonight. I want to hear from you. Yes, as always, I want to hear from you. I cannot do this alone, and I thank you for always being, available. Hey, when Davido sang, "I'm unavailable," that one does not concern you when it comes to the late night show. And I just want to say thank you for always being available. Thank you for always listening, and thank you for always being a part of the show. Tonight is another night. I need your honest suggestions and opinions. This matter, and it takes that long. And I think if you live in Lagos, or if you've lived in Lagos long enough, or if you've ever gone house hunting in Lagos, you have probably experienced this one. And I want to hear from you on how you handled it and what you were able to, how you were able to overcome this particular issue. And this one is Chronicles of My Landlord. Yes, I'll be talking about landlord issues tonight. So I received a message from a young man, and he was really lamenting. He was sending a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I said, okay, you know what you're going to do for me? I want to hear you say this. I want you to just, say it in your own words, because not just typing something and sending to me. I want to hear you tell us your experience, and then I will bring this on radio. I will bring this to the late night show and allow the family chip in, because this young man says he wants to know, have you ever been in this situation and how did you handle it? Well, this young man, for the purpose of the show, is nameless in order to remain anonymous in case his landlord is listening. Yes. So the next voice that you will hear will be that of the subject of our candid conversations tonight. Let's take a listen to him so we can get into the show and start to dissect this issue.
Good evening, radio girl, and how are you? Okay, please, I have an issue and I want you to address it. It's annoying me, it's very annoying. My landlord, it's about my landlord. After paying him 450,000 naira to rent two-bedroom apartment, he started giving me crazy rule. He was saying that any lady that comes to the house with me must be my wife, not girlfriend. Imagine. He said I just can't spread my clothes outside. And then the annoying thing is that I cannot put out my generator on from anything past 12, 11. Uh, he is so annoying. And the most painful one is that he said that he doesn't trust our generation. I want to be entertaining my guys, but this man is making things very, very difficult for me. Imagine. I want to be hosting my friend, but he said, no, I must not bring friends. Please, I would like to hear from you. I would like to hear from others. I want to know how they treat this kind of experience. I will be listening to your show. Thank you. Yeah, I'm thinking of suing him to court because he's really stressing me, but I've been advised against it. Please, what do I do?
I'm thinking of suing him to court, but I've been advised against it. I want to ask, do you think if you sue your landlord to court for a case of annoyance, do you think you could win? Hmm? If you've ever had landlord issues, I want to hear about it right now. The subject of our candid conversation segment tonight is this young man who just cannot deal with his landlord anymore and is thinking of taking the matter to court. He's thinking the best thing to do right now is to just, say, I can't take this anymore. I won't take the matter to court and just maybe get a court injunction telling this man to leave me alone. Leave me alone. I paid you already. This corner of the house, this corner of the world is now mine. Like, why are you disturbing me? Hmm? This young man cannot take it anymore and he says, okay, I want to sue him to court. And he wants to know if you've ever experienced something like this. How did you handle it? If you've ever experienced landlord disturbance or landlord issues, how did you handle it? This young man wants to know. Right now, the phone lines will be open. I want to hear from you. We're talking landlord wahala this night. Yes, so candid conversation is what we're having, and I want to hear if you've ever had this kind of experience or know someone who has. I want to hear from you. I want to learn from you. This young man also wants to learn from you. He's listening and saying, "Look, I've spoken to everyone I know, and they're saying it's not a good idea for me to sue my landlord, but I want to sue him because I'm not happy about, the way he's treating me. I paid for this house, I paid for this apartment, and now he won't let me live my life to the fullest. And he wants to hear from you. Call me up and let's have this conversation tonight. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. 0700 903 903 903. If you would rather send a message, you can do that via our WhatsApp platforms. That is to 0700 903 903 90700 903 9039. Call me up. Let's have this conversation tonight. The subject of our candid conversation tonight is this young man who says, I have had enough of my landlord who will not allow me rest. Can't paro be that now. I don't pay for house and you say make I not do this, make I not do that. For what? Maka why?
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Okay, what went wrong? Yes, that was a glitch right there. Forgive me for that. Something has even gone wrong there because this young man is saying, look, I took this place so I could have peace of mind, so I could, have my own corner of the world and be happy in it. But now I can't be happy in it because my landlord is giving me issues. If you have ever encountered or experienced the landlord issues, I want to hear about it. Call me up 0700 903 903 903. Let's have candid conversations tonight. The subject of our candid conversation is a young man who has had enough. He has just had enough of his landlord and is saying he wants to sue him, but his landlord is not allowing him enjoy his life to the fullest. He's doing things like telling him to, not leave the gen on past 11 or 12 p.m. And, this young man might want to work overnight. He's telling him not to bring any ladies to the house or even guys for that matter. And he's saying, look, one of the reasons why I took this place is so that I can entertain my guys now. So that I can entertain my guys and, they can come around just the way I visit them. Let them visit me too as well. I want to live the baby boy lifestyle, but my landlord is spoiling things for me and I'm thinking of suing him to court. Do you think this is a good idea? I want to hear from you. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the show tonight. You can also send a message via the WhatsApp platforms. That is to 0700 903 9039, the number to send a message to on WhatsApp. I want to hear from you. This is Voice of the People 973 FM. You are tuned into the video girl. I wanted to do something, the twist tonight, something different, something humorous, something to help you unwind, something to help you let go of the stress of the day, if any. Yes, something to just help you relax after a crazy day, something to help you let off the steam. And that is why I want us to talk about this. Landlord Wahala is what we're talking about for tonight. Call me up and let's have this conversation. We have a caller. Hello there. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Ken.
James. So where are you calling me from?
I'm calling from Prayer Estate in Amuodofi here.
Wow. Prayer Estate.
Yes, please.
Do you people hold any morning prayers in your estate?
Well, we have a lot of people praying because all our roads are bad now. So there.
Oh my goodness.
We have two major roads entering the estate. Wow. Where the government want us to fly like birds into the estate.
Are you serious?
That's
So
we're
that's why
praying
it's called
seriously.
the prayer estate. So you can always pray
Uh,
for God to touch
Maybe it was
for
a
God to
mistake.
touch their
We have
hearts.
called the place. I belong. We laugh at even very difficult situations.
Wow, wow, that's one way to overcome it. Do you think this
My
young man
dear,
should also be laughing at this situation he's in?
my beloved, I'm driving with my wife. Say, why are you calling while you are driving? I say, well, I'm not on the major road. I'm just dancing inside the bad road.
Oh, that's
Let me
still
enjoy
not good
myself.
though. Either ways, that is not the right thing to do.
No, no, no. We're within
Except
the
you're on
estate
hands free.
dancing. Yes, of course. No wahala.
All right
We're
then.
cool. We're good. We're good. So,
Okay.
my advice to him is that these days of go to court, it will be foolish for him to think of going to court.
Wow, why do you
These days
say
of go
so?
to court. Yes, because now when you come back from the court, are you going to stay with the man in the same house?
Okay, that's the point.
For me, sir, for me, ma'am, I think this will work out for his good if he's listening. If he takes you as a wise counsel, it will work out for him. Now, the landlord said he wanted a house where he can entertain his friends and all those. The landlord wants him to limit his expenditure. One, the landlord wants him to live a responsible life by not changing ladies. It may look laughable what I'm saying, but these days that people are, people jump about, both boys and girls, everybody jumping about. You don't know who is who. So
You know
let him
what I want to
concentrate
ask
and get.
is it in his place? The landlord, is it in his place to enforce, this
That is
responsible
what I'm
lifestyle
telling
of
you,
this
that
young
we're in
man?
a system where people will hurt you to your bones and ask you to go to court. That is where we are today in Nigeria. So the reality is that it's either he will live with it or we pack. I had a similar, not that they limited me, I'm a married man, but I had a very terrible experience. And when my rent was due, I told the landlord I was leaving. But when the due date came, I've not gotten a house. But I prayed to God and I posted to my landlord. I posted to his lawyer. I said, sir, give me 3 days and I will pack out. As at that time I was saying this, I didn't have any house. 3 days, I didn't have any house. But do you know, ma'am, that within those 3 days, I got a very comfortable house where the landlord was not living there, and where I was like the person in charge of the house eventually. So I will advise him to think of packing out, work toward packing out, manage it, manage it for now. Of course, if the landlord says you cannot use your GNT beyond 12, some estates give such orders, because of the environment. So I will advise him to take it easy, but please, you should not think of going to court. If his friends are advising him to go to court, I don't think it's the wisest thing to do, because the man is the owner of the house ultimately. Thank you.
Thank you so much, James, for calling all the way from Prayer Estate. Thank you so much. Keep
Yeah.
listening. The Late Night Show continues. Okay. James with the wise counsel. Okay. I think the only situation here is, what James has said is when he said, walk towards packing out of the house. How do you start walking towards the packing out of a house that, you just acquired, let's say a month ago? And we know how house hunting can be, especially in this Lagos. And after dealing with the agents and, housing agents and all these people that help you to look for house, after dealing with them and all their issues and actually paying exorbitant sums, not just for the rent, but for the agent and the agreement and the caution fee and everything, you would be happy and want to relax, happy that you found a place. Finally, it will take a while before you want to go through that stress again. And after paying for 1 year, you've made all these expenses and you believe in your heart, okay, the next thing is for me to relax and work towards getting, the money to pay for next year's rent. And then you realize that, this place I'm living is not as comfortable as I thought it would be. And that is the situation. And now, but call me up. I want to hear from you. What do you think of this situation? Would you sue your landlord if he was stressing you? Would you really? Because that's what this young man wants to do. Call me up and let's have candid conversations tonight. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call to be a part of the conversation. Now, I get complaints saying, I want to send you a message on WhatsApp, but this your WhatsApp number is not connecting. What to do is the call number, just remove the last two digits on the call line and you will get the WhatsApp line. All right, just remove the last two digits of the call line and you will get the WhatsApp line. Yes, I want to hear from you. Hello there, good evening. Hello, good evening. Oh dear. Okay, do give me a call back. I know we can't always have them all. Sometimes it's almost as if every day there is some network issue or the other. But yeah, that's okay. I know you and I, we're gonna have candid conversations next. We're gonna have great conversations. We're gonna have humorous conversations. I see messages already coming in on our WhatsApp platforms, and some of them are just downright hilarious. Yeah, some of them are just hilarious. But yes, I want to hear from you. This is the Voice of the People 9.3 FM, the number one station that gives you a voice. And I want to hear that wonderful, wonderful voice of yours. You have been listening to me. Now I want to listen to you. But first up, let's listen to this young man who has an issue, who is the subject of our candid conversations tonight.
Good evening, radio girl, and how are you? Okay, please, I have an issue and I want you to address it. It's annoying me. It's very annoying. My landlord, it's about my landlord. After paying him 450,000 naira to rent two-bedroom apartment, he started giving me crazy rule. He was saying that any lady that comes to the house with me must be my wife, not girlfriend. Imagine. He said I just can't spread my clothes outside. And then the annoying thing is that I cannot put out my generator on from anything past 12, 11. He is so annoying. And the most painful one is that he said that he doesn't trust our generation. I want to be entertaining my guys, but this man is making things very, very difficult for me. Imagine, I want to be hosting my friend, but he said, no, I must not bring friends. Please, I would like to hear from you. I would like to hear from others. I want to know how they treat this kind of experience. I will be listening to your show. Thank you. Yeah, I'm thinking of suing him to court because he's really stressing me, but I've been advised against it. Please, what do I do?
There you have it. You have heard from the horse's mouth. He's asking you, what should I do? Yes, I want to hear from you. What do you think should be done in this situation? Have you ever encountered landlord wahala? And how did you treat it? What did you do about it? How did you go about solving the issue? Okay, let's say leaving the house is off the table. I mean, that should be the very first option. That should be the go-to option. But let's say this option is off the table. What would you do? How do you live in peace with a person who is bent on giving you problems? Hello there, good evening. Hi, can you hear me? Good evening.
Can
Hello,
you hear
good
me?
evening. Yes, I can hear you. Good evening. How are you tonight?
Okay, good evening.
All right. What is your name and where are you calling me from, please?
This is Shidera calling from Agua Palace.
Chidera from Agor Palace, family member. How are you tonight?
Fine, thank you.
All right, Chidera, I want to hear from you. What do you think should be done in this situation?
Well, the problem I'm having there now is that assuming the landlord told him this earlier, you understand? He will have decided maybe he will pack in or not, but after paying, he start giving me all those kind of conditions. I'm going to tire me.
But do you think it's a good
Nigeria.
idea for him to, take him to court?
Well, He said he has not reached how many, as in he just paid for the house, right?
Yeah, he just rented the place.
Yeah, maybe he should just apply for the fund. That is just it.
Do you think that kind of man is going to give him a refund?
And that is just it again. And the month of just time, even going to court now, suing him to court, probably what they would tell the man, maybe he should refund the money because taking him to court now is his house, you understand? Eh? So for my own this thing, for my own suggestion, I would just think he should tell the man as in, he should refund his money because after paying, he started telling me all this. As in, he said this earlier, you understand? I would have known, I would have decided maybe I will pack in or not. But
You know, in this kind of situation, the man he won't want to say that. He will not want to tell him beforehand because he probably knows if he tells him beforehand, he won't want to take the place anymore.
Yes. That is just it. But there is some people that will tell you earlier, this. So, but this one, the landlord is wrong by doing that. You understand? It's just like you trick somebody into doing something. You understand? But I would think he should just apply for refund and know what the man will do first of all before you think of maybe taking him to court or whatever. But he should just apply for tell the man to refund the money. Because that is crazy. He can't bring friends. He can't. What kind of this is that one? So
Okay.
I mean, we are having problem now that we are having issue now that he didn't tell the guy earlier this so. You understand? As you know, so this. You tell somebody this is what I will condone in my house and this is what I will not condone. That one is simple. So if the person decides to rent the house, he rent. But after paying, you start telling me all this. It's a no now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chidera, for calling. Keep listening. The late night show continues. 18 minutes past 10 p.m. Don't forget the late night show comes to you every Tuesday from 9 p.m. all the way till 12 a.m. and every Thursday from 9:30 p.m. all the way till 12 a.m. That's you and I have enough time to fraternize tonight. And I want to hear your voice. Call me up 0700 903 903 903. We have a situation, a dicey situation. It seems we are in the season of if you're not happy about it, go to court. And this young man has taken it personal and is saying, look, I want to go to court. My landlord is annoying me. Seriously. He's not giving me freedom in a house I paid for. And I want to go to court. And I'm asking, what do you think? Does it even stand a chance? Because now you're saying, oh, it's the landlord's house and he has a right to, do what he likes in the house. But it seems that once you've paid for an item, it's already yours. Imagine you buy a hair or you buy a wig or bundles of hair or you buy a pair of shoes from a vendor. You get home and you decide you want to wear these shoes the way you like. You want to treat the shoes the way you like because you believe that now it's yours, to use as you like. And then the shoe vendor is saying to you, see that shoe you bought for me, make sure you don't wear it anyhow. In fact, you can only wear it to church and to school. Make sure you don't wear it to club. This analogy sounds funny even to myself that I'm saying it. Make sure you don't wear this shoe. Make sure you don't wear it to club. Make sure you don't wear this shoe to anyhow place. And hey, I've told you now. You might think you've already paid for this shoe, but because I'm the one that sold it to you, you must use the shoe with caution. Do you think that makes sense? I want to hear from you. 0700 903 903 903. It seems a lot of people are unable to get through to us via the phone lines and are sending WhatsApp messages. Okay, Obina from Ikpaja in Lagos has sent me quite a lengthy text, but I love it. Thank you so much. Obina says, good evening, presenter. Well, good evening, listener. I heard clearly the narrative of the young man. He has been confined to a prison of sorts as he cannot exercise his rights. Okay. The landlord is meting out unfair treatments to his tenant, and that amounts to infringement of rights of the latter, which is of the tenant. Yeah. But I want to know, did the landlord present the condition for previous tenants that had lived in the house? The answer to this is yes. If the tenant is aware, then the landlord is right. But if the landlord brought the stringent conditions after the tenant had made payment, then the guy should apply to pack out. Going to court will be an exercise in futility. Okay, thank you so much, Obina. Thank you so much. Obina is saying, in essence, look, if this guy knew beforehand that this landlord was like this and still took the house, then he is to blame. And yes, he is to blame. But if he did not know about this, he should just apply for a refund and leave the house. Hi there, good evening. I can hear myself. Please turn down the volume of your radio set.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. How are you tonight? What is your name? Where are you calling me from?
Please, for the matter that is being discussed on board now,
Yes.
I see that landlord as a very cunning man, and we need someone that will teach him a lesson.
Okay, teach him a lesson.
Yes, to teach him a lesson. Because he maybe have been doing it to people, and after the people pass out.
Oh, there. Do give me a call back. We're having a great conversation right there. Do give me a call back. I want to hear from you. 0700 903 903 and 903 0700 903 903 and 903. I was reading a WhatsApp message from Ubina, and I just want to say this is well articulated, this is concise, and I love it. Thank you so much, Ubina, for sending in your message all the way from Ikpaja. All right. While you're giving advice to this young man, I want to know if you've ever had this experience. How did you handle it? I have one here that is quite funny, and I just want to read it out. All right. This one is this one is from Miracle. All right. Miracle says, my landlord would always say we should not come back late. And by late, he means anything after 10 p.m. And me, I have a night job because most times I'm on night shift at the hospital where I'm a nurse. This caused so many issues. I even had to involve the police. All right. That's it. Tell us, after you involved the police, what happened? Please let me know. I want to hear from you. 0700 903 903 903. Call me up and let's have candid conversations tonight. This one is landlord and tenant wahala. I want to hear from you. Okay. There's another crazy one here from Vivian. Vivian from Iyano Solo. Hello, Vivian. Thank you for sending in your message. Vivian says, I stayed in one house one time and the landlord said you have to get approval from him anytime a visitor intends to sleep over. Oh, what? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So Vivian is saying she stayed in a house where the landlord said anytime your visitor wants to sleep over, you have to come and let him know. How? Why? What kind of rules? What kind of rule is that? Of all the crazy rules, like this takes the cake. This is really, really crazy. Why do you have to inform your landlord that your visitor is sleeping over? Huh? Why? That just doesn't make sense. On this situation, I would even like to hear from a landlord as well. So if you're a landlord and you want to give perspective on this conversation, call me up 0700 903 903 903 or send a message via the WhatsApp platform to 0700 903 903 90700 903 9039. Hello there, good evening. Hello, good evening. Or dare to give me a call back. I want to hear from you. Voice After People 90.3 FM is where you're at. You are tuned into the late night show with the radio girl. Yes. Okay, I'm still taking messages on our WhatsApp platform. Like I said, some messages are already coming in. Thank you so much. If you cannot reach me via the phone lines, you can send a message to the WhatsApp line and I will read it out. 0700 903 9039 is the number to send a message to on WhatsApp. This is the Late Night Show on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Stay with me. Good evening. What is your name and location, please? Hello there. Good evening. I don't know what is going on, but please send me a WhatsApp message. All right, 0700 903 9039. The subject of our candid conversations tonight is a young man who is thinking seriously of taking his landlord to court because he says, I cannot put up with this man's wahala anymore. All right, and I want to know, have you ever had landlord wahala? How did you handle it? And also, what is your advice for this young man? In case you're wondering what he said, here is what he said.
Good evening, radio girl, and how are you? Okay, please, I have an issue and I want you to address it. It's annoying me. It's very annoying. My landlord, it's about my landlord. After paying him 450,000 naira to rent two-bedroom apartment, he started giving me crazy rule. He was saying that any lady that comes to the house with me must be my wife, not girlfriend. Imagine. He said I just can't spread my clothes outside. And then the annoying thing is that I cannot put out my generator on from anything past 12, 11. He is so annoying. And the most painful one is that he said that he doesn't trust our generation. I want to be entertaining my guys, but this man is making things very, very difficult for me. Imagine, I want to be hosting my friend, but he said, no, I must not bring friends. Please, I would like to hear from you. I would like to hear from others. I want to know how they treat this kind of experience. I will be listening to your show. Thank you. Yeah, I'm thinking of suing him to court because he's really stressing me. But I've been advised against this. Please, what do I do?
No spreading of clothes outside, no bringing of any lady that is clearly not your wife to the house. You can't entertain friends or hold parties in this house because the house is mine and not yours. Don't even tell me you paid for it. That is not enough reason for you to go against my rules. Landlord Wahala is the subject of our candid conversations tonight. What do you think should be done in this situation? Two questions I want to know. Have you ever had landlord wahala, and how did you know, how did you handle it? On the other hand, what is your advice for this young man? What do you think he should do? How do you think he should handle this situation? Without it having so many terrible consequences. Knowing that he just rented this place, yeah, he just rented this apartment and is happy, feeling that, oh, it's my time to be a young man. I live a life of freedom. And now my landlord is coming and is giving me all the stringent rules like I'm in a boys' hostel. And I don't like it. What do I do? Call me up 0700 903 903 903 or send a message via our WhatsApp line 0700 903 9039. Yes, 0700 903 9039. Hello there, good evening. Hi, good evening. Okay, if you can get through via the phone lines, do send me a message on WhatsApp, all right? So I'm getting more messages on, crazy landlord rules, but I also want you to tell me what you think this young man should do, all right? Because he's listening and he needs your opinion. He's asked his friends and family and the people around him, say, me, I want to sue this landlord, though. I want to take him to court, and they're saying, no, that is not the best thing to do. But what do you think? What do you think? There's something I believe about advice. This is just my personal belief. When you're getting the same advice from a lot of people, you tend to believe that it's the right advice. Yes. So sometimes you want to wait. You want to hear if other people think the same way. You want to know if you're going to hear the same thing that you've heard before over and again in order to convince you that it is the right thing to do. Anyways, call me up and let's have a candid conversations tonight. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. WhatsApp messages. Yes, my WhatsApp line is buzzing. Okay. So I'm getting many messages on crazy landlord rules. Do let me know what you think this young man should do also, alright? Do let me know. Okay. Hi there, good evening.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
What is your name and where are you calling me from, please?
It's Joy from Agor.
Joy, all the way from Agor. How are you today, Joy? I hope you had a good day today.
Thank you
so much. All right, Joy, I want to hear from you. What do you think should be done in this situation? Have you ever had a crazy landlord experience?
Yeah, it's frustrating. It happened to me last year when I was staying with my uncle. The case is just similar to what you just said now.
What happened?
This guy is just passing through. Because when we rented the house, the landlord didn't tell us any of the rules. The way we stay in the house was there's no bringing friend. We don't even own gin. To the other hand, my uncle have to carry gin to the shop and started using it there. Oh, bring friend will be complaining. It was even on my birthday when he even got me angry. That was the painful one at the most. I went to follow the front door. He said, why did I follow the front? I should have used the backyard door. I mean, that is the entrance of the house. I got angry that I never insulted him. My sister now asked me not to insult him. I was just asking if he can ask the landlord for the fee back, the money. I give him back. If you just exercise patience for his money to expire.
That's a whole 1 year of living with someone that will be stressing you. 1 whole year.
You say?
That is 1 whole year of living with somebody that will be stressing you.
Yes. If he can't give him his money back, he can't live there now. Then his money is going to waste. He did have to lose. So if that's what we did, we will exercise patience because we demand for the money he did give us. So we have to exercise patience for our money to expire. We'll move out because we will be back to lose. If we move out now, somebody else will pass in and your money lose. So if you ask for the money, the landlord will give him. Or ask him to just exercise patience. And also she try to know the things that the landlord is even saying. Because the more he's paying attention to what he's saying, the more will be angry. So you should just try and ignore some things he will say.
All
and just
right.
move. I
You know, I
just
want
like
to
it. It
ask,
does
in
not
your
even hear me.
situation, how did you handle it? How did you and your people that you were staying with, how did
That's
you
what
handle it?
we did. Where we ignored the patient in the landlord. There was a time my auntie even come to our house around 7 o'clock. The man was just complaining. How do we bring a friend to his house? Who do we tell? These are that. We just do like if nobody is even talking.
Who do you
We
tell?
ignore
As
him.
in, you're
After
supposed to
he
take
taught us,
permission from him before bringing someone to the house.
he said,
He was asking who did you tell, saying you're supposed to
yes,
take permission
before we
from
bring
him before bringing
somebody to
someone
his
to the
house,
house.
yes, that the house will pay money to. Do we need to take permission from anybody to bring somebody again? So we ignored the man. He will shout, he shouted and shouted and shouted. When he sees that nobody answered him, he went back to his room. I go and sit down. He didn't say anything.
Hmm.
So I was just say you should ignore some things the man you always say. If you demand for the money, he return it back to you. If you ignore and wait for your money to expire, I think that to me that is the best thing to do. Then while waiting, we'll be looking for another accommodation too. And you should try and make it in a house that no landlord is staying, because stay with your landlord is very, very frustrating.
Hmm. Okay, Joy.
Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us
Thank
and for
you.
your advice. Keep listening. The late night show continues. That was Joy calling all the way from Agon. She said, "Yeah, I have this experience, so and it was not funny. You know, I understand what it's like being in a place where you don't have peace, and you're always thinking to yourself every day that dawns. You're thinking and you're asking yourself, what is it going to be today? What stress? This person going to stress me today? Hello, good evening. Hi there, good evening. Oh dear, do give me a call back. I want to hear from you. This is the voice of the people, 90.3 FM, the number one station that gives you a voice. Call me up and let me hear your voice. You have been listening to me. Now I want to listen to you. We're talking the crazy landlord experiences. I want to know if you had any crazy experience with any landlord, all right? You can also send me a message via the WhatsApp platform 20700 903 903 90700 903 9039. Hello and good evening. Good evening. How are you tonight?
I'm fine. Voice FM. I love your program.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. What is your name?
My name is Ike. I'm calling from Jankara.
IK from Jankara. Thank you so much, IK, for calling. IK, shook mouth for this matter now.
Yeah?
I want to hear
I
you.
want to,
Yeah.
I want to speak much for this matter because that landlord is going to stupid man. No.
Why do you say so?
Why I say so? Because how can somebody pay for a house rent and you will not be having visitor or doing whatever I want to do? What of what? Eh? So I don't buy that idea at all. The man, as the boy takes the man to cost, I don't like that because that's where the man will pay him the money. Sharp. He pay him money to take him because he will not give him the money. He will pay the money. He will lay down that money. So the way the boy is, I like it.
So you think you should sue him to court?
Yes, the way I like it. But if it is me, like, I will take him to where he will never even come back. So
IK, you dey vex so.
I just
Have you ever had that kind of experience before?
yes, I've already have that kind of experience before. Because some landlord are very stupid.
So when you had the
Some
experience, how did you handle it?
I fight because this thing have already happened to me one day, once. So I pay for landlord. Then as within a week, you know, tell me that I should pack and go to another place. I said, lie, and that one is a woman self. And I tell her that I'm not going anywhere. Then she was along with there. I get another house. So I fight. And my friends, I carry my friends to see we scatter everything now and the woman run.
Are you serious?
The woman did not come for the house, even the most before I get another house and pack out.
Wow. Okay, IK, thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening and for calling. Keep listening. The late night show continues. All right, at Voice of People 90.3 FM. And the Radio Girl, we don't support violence, all right? So always try to handle all issues without violence. Don't scatter anything, don't spoil anything. I believe that's what this young man is thinking about when he said, you know what? Instead of you to push me to be violent, I would rather take you to court. Do you think that's a good idea, though? I want to hear from you. Call me up 0700 903 903 903. Again, that is 0700 903 903 903. We are still having candid conversations on the late night show. All right, I want to take some messages from our WhatsApp platform, but from what I'm seeing here, we're mostly sharing our crazy landlord experiences. But I also want you to, you know, let me know your advice for this young man based on the experience that you've had. All right. So I have this one from Cassandra. Hello, Cassandra. All the way from Ketu. Cassandra from Ketu said, this crazy landlady said my friends should not stay over and I should not change the paint in the room. She also said we should always lock the gate by 9 p.m. because it was a girls' hostel. Okay. And I don't know, aren't this a bit much? You can have friends over. You can't change the paint in the room. That is very private. If you rent a house and the paint is green or it's blue or it's white, which these are colors that can get easily stained, and you don't like it and you want to change it, and the landlord or the landlady is saying don't change it, how you gonna feel? Call me up 0700 903 903 903. All right, let's have candid conversations tonight. Okay. Temple from my papa, how are you tonight? Temple says, good evening. The bag hits me waiting there on ground as they tune in. Okay, Temple, no worries. Small time, sharply. I will let you know what's in there on ground. But make a quick read. Some of this are WhatsApp messages where my people don't they drop. Okay, Yemi from Ikpaja says, my landlord will always say we should close the gates by 10 p.m. Okay. Closing the gates by 10 p.m. Is that the gate to your house? Is that the gate to the compound? I mean, explain to me. I want to understand. Or I'm before we start judging him. I know some landlords can be crazy, but yes, before we start judging him, let's know. You should always close the gate or the door to your own house for safety and security reasons. But if it's the main gate, how do you get in after that time? Do you don't go back to where you're coming from? You know how, when our parents then would be like, if you come late, you will go back to where you're coming from. I think sometimes these landlords try to assume the role of a parent in your life, especially if you're a young person, which is what I believe is happening with this young man. But it's not in my place to speculate, all right? It's not in my place to speculate. We are dealing with the issue of a young man who says, I want to sue my landlord though because he's giving me issues. All right. I want you to hear from the horse's mouth.
Good evening, Radio Girl, and how are you? Okay, please, I have an issue and I want you to address it. It's annoying me. It's very annoying. My landlord, it's about my landlord. After paying him 450,000 naira to rent 2-bedroom apartment, he started giving me crazy rule. He was saying that any lady that comes to the house with me must be my wife, not girlfriend. Imagine. He said I just can't spread my clothes outside. And then the annoying thing is that I cannot put out my generator on from anything past 12, 11. Uh, he is so annoying. And the most painful one is that he said that he doesn't trust our generation. I want to be entertaining my guys, but this man is making things very, very difficult for me. Imagine I want to be hosting my friend, but he said, no, I must not bring friends. Please, I would like to hear from you. I would like to hear from others. I want to know how they treat this kind of experience. I will be listening to your show. Thank you. Yeah, I'm thinking of suing him to court because he's really stressing me, but I've been advised against this. Please, what do I do?
There you have it. What do I do? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
How are you tonight? What is your name and where are you calling me from? Please turn
My
down the
name is
volume on your
Paul.
radio set. Paul, please turn down the volume on your radio set, all right? Please.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Paul, where are you calling me from?
I'm calling you from Ushuri, Maflu.
All right, great. Paul, I want to hear from you. What do you think this young man should do in this situation? Have you ever had a crazy landlord experience?
Ah, where I say before I park, come here now. The landlady is always giving us all the headache.
The landlady's
You know,
sister, not even the landlady herself.
the landlady herself,
Okay.
is normally give us headache.
What,
No,
what
if
kind
you
of
see
headache?
so I suspect if it is me, that kind of person, I cannot rent house where they will tell me that I should not paint my house, I should not bring friend to my house. I cannot stay for that kind of, because I believe that house is not ordinary house.
Are you serious? Why did you say so?
Yes, that house is not ordinary house. That has belonged to one society.
what kind of
So
what kind of society? So how did you handle the situation?
I cannot stay for that kind of house. I will just find my own way. Can't stay for that kind of company.
So you left.
Let me share the experience more. The house that I see before, the landlady is not staying there, but like the landlady will come around 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
4 a.m. She will not come and pour even water like that. That
Did
water
you see her with your two eyes?
Yes, we normally see the woman. When we talk to the woman will see that it's a prayer water. It's prayer, and that water is not smelling. So all of us we now begin to challenge the woman. The woman say anyone that challenge that should get out from the compound. So that kind of house is not a nice house. That's my own opinion.
All right. Now, for this young man that has this issue, what is your advice for him?
If the guy has change in his hand, to go and look for another house.
Even though he's only been here for like 1 month, he just rented the house.
He just rent the house. Let the guy take the matter to court.
You really think you should go to court?
You should take the matter to court. They will settle the matter.
All right. Thank you so much, Paul, for calling all the way from Mafoluku. Keep listening. The Late Night Show continues. Voice of the People 90.3 FM. It's now 10 minutes before 11 p.m. right here on the show. I'm the radio girl and I will be your host all the way till 12 a.m. We are still talking about the crazy landlord experiences. The subject of our candid conversations tonight is a young man who says, I want to sue my landlord because he's vexing me. He's annoying me. Yes, I want to just sue him because I cannot deal with this anymore. I have a message on WhatsApp from Tayo from Ikberu. I hope I got that right. Where is Peru? Okay, Tayo says, my landlord said no visitor must use more than 3 days. I don't understand. Like, no visitor must spend more than 3 days in your house. So if you have a family member, a sister, your mom coming from somewhere else to stay with you for 1 week, that is a problem. I want to hear from you. Call me up 0700 903 903 903. Hello there. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Hi.
What is your name and where are you calling me from, please?
This is Ketri Famous from Majawa State.
K3 Thomas.
Ketri Famous.
All right. Famous from Ajao Estate. How are you tonight?
I'm very good.
Famous, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a crazy landlord experience?
I've had a lot of experience, but not like this kind of one. You know, not like this kind of one. But if it is me, I will tell the landlord to give me my money back. But if he refuses, I'll take it to court.
Okay, so you're advising this young man to go ahead with the court case?
Yes.
All right. So in your own case, how did you deal with your landlord situation?
Well, I have the money back. I left everything there. I found my way because I have the money at hand there.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling. Keep listening. K3 Famous, the late night show continues. I have a message from Tebitokbe from Ilukbeju says, my landlord said that he will not rent his apartments to single people. I had to bring my male friend to pose as my fiance. This one is such a long matter. Hello there. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. How are you tonight?
I'm fine, are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What is your name and where are you calling from?
From Ijegu. My name is Mary.
Your name is Mary from Ijegun.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Mary, for calling. Mary, have you ever had a crazy landlord situation and how did you handle it?
My dear. My dear sister, it's very terrible.
Wow.
But the problem there that is we that cost me. Sometimes you're looking for a house. Landlord will give you the condition. If you don't like it, you leave the house. It's not compulsory that you rent it. When I'm looking for a house, then I'm living at Okota there. So there's a house I got in Ajawo Estate. So the landlord told me, are you married? I said, I'm a single mother with children. He said, okay, you don't want more than 10 men. Just ask me, and I said, my children need school. He said, no, I can't. It's only 3 of us that nobody will visit me, nobody will do this, nobody will do that, you know. And I left and got another house at the
Did he tell you this before you paid him?
No, I never even paid him when he was bringing the law. So I can't take it. And I quit. Then I got at Ijegu. Even though Ijegu here, my landlord said us at 11 o'clock, we should off the generator. Do you understand? But for me, my advice for the young guy, you know, let him take the stupid landlord to the court. Either he refund him the money, or let the guy stay there till the house, the rent got is due. Do you understand me? And when you reach to the court, because you know this landlord, you can't trust them. Some of them are so, can I call it courteous or evil? So you take an undertake that anything that happened to the boy until he finish living there, or you refund the money, let the boy go and move for us to another place. How will you be giving me a condition in the house that I paid you? I can't take it, my dear sister. Either I take him to the court or you refund me my money. Go to the agent and agreement fee. Everything must be complete.
You know, it's not like really the landlord that's taking the agent and the agreement fee.
My dear, you give me my money complete. Because you can't give me enough condition to the house I paid you.
All right. So you think this court case now you should go ahead with it?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Mary, for calling all the way from Ijegun. Keep listening. The late night show continues. Mary says, go ahead with the court case. Nobody can tell you how to live your life in a house that you have paid the rent. All right. I'm still taking messages from our WhatsApp platform, Temple. Temple, I hope now you know what it is that we are talking about. Yes, Temple, all the way from Apapa. I hope you know what it is we're talking about now. So send in your contribution on WhatsApp or give us a call. I'm still taking messages from WhatsApp. I have this one from Cecilia. Cecilia, didn't tell me where you're writing from. She says, when I was in my school hostel, my landlord said no wearing of short skirts in the hostel. Okay, you know wearing of short skirts. All right. Emmanuel says, my landlord said my visitors can't stay more than one night. Wow. Wow. Your visitor can stay for more than a night. When what really want to know is how you handled the situations, all right? You're telling me your crazy landlord stories. I want to know how you handle it. I also want to know what is your advice for this young man who has sent in a message, all right? This person says, all right, Wale from Ikoton. Hello, Wale. Thank you for writing. He says, my landlord said you must be home by 8 p.m. or else you will meet his dog outside. And when you come back, anything after 10 p.m., whether you have been in traffic all day or you are tired or not, he doesn't want to know. You will meet the dog in the compound and will have to beg him before he lets you in. I don't know, isn't this some type of abuse or something? This is not right, you know. Yes, you've set a rule, but why are you calling the dogs out? What if the dog injures the tenant? This reminds me of a video making the rounds where a landlord set his dog on a tenant who he said was owing him about 45,000 naira. You know, this young man got into an altercation with his landlord, and the landlord opened the dog's cage and unleashed it on him. The video went viral. And I was just wondering, if this video hadn't gone viral, what would have happened to this young man? How would it have been? Really? How? The late night show is where you're at. The voice that you hear belongs to the radio girl. And this is a voice of the people, 90.3 FM. Stay with me. Voice of the people, 90.3 FM. Hello, good evening. Hello there, good evening. All right, it's exactly 11 p.m. right here on the Late Night Show. The voice that you hear belongs to the radio girl. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, number one station that gives you a voice. And I want to hear your voice. You have been listening to me, and now I want to listen to you. Call me up and let me know what you think about this situation. Don't forget that the Candid Conversation segment of the Late Night Show comes to a honorable end by 11:30 p.m., which is exactly 30 minutes away. You and I still have 30 minutes to engage in the Candid Conversations. All right, call me up. I want to hear from you. We're talking a crazy landlord situations. Have you ever experienced one? And how did you handle it? I want to know. Call me up 0700 903 903 903. Again, that is 0700 903 903 903. Or you can send a message via the WhatsApp line. That is 0700 903 9039. Again, that is 0700 903 9039. Hello there, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, to give me a call back. I want to hear from you. Don't know what's wrong with my network today, but it's making me so sad. Yes, call me up. I want to hear from you, or you can send a message via the phone lines, via the WhatsApp lines, rather 0700 903 9039 0700 903 9039. Still taking messages on WhatsApp. Okay. I think this is Chinemirim. Okay, Chinemirim from Ajao says, I always climb the fence anytime it's past 10 p.m. because my landlord will not allow anybody enter. I really hate these crazy rules, and I had to leave the house and make sure that in my next apartment, the landlord was not living there because I don't want a repeat of the situation. Okay, Chinemere from Ajao. Well, thank you for your contribution. But I also want to know, what do you think this young man should do in this situation? Do you think the idea of taking his landlord to court is a good one? Let me know what you think. 0700 903 903 903. Hello there, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hi, good evening. Okay, to give me a call back. Or send a message via WhatsApp lines, alright? You can send a message via the WhatsApp platform. I realize that, I don't know, it seems too many people are trying to call and the network keeps glitching, but I want to hear from you. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. How are you? I can hear myself. Please turn down the volume when you already said.
Same
All right,
person
please.
that called the other time. My battery was very low.
All right. What is your name?
So, going straight to the point, I suggested that the guy should teach him a lesson. Why I said so is to teach him a lesson legally, take him to court, either through human rights or so. Then they will drag him to court, let him pay for damage, that is for extorting money. Because what they want now is for this guy to pass out within 1 year, and they will bring in another person and collect agents and commission for them. Maybe they have been frustrating people, doing them in such a way. So if person have not taught them lesson, they will not know that when you give your house to as a commercial venture, then any rule that you want to set out, you have to put it. Even they will collect agent and agreement. What is the agreement? Without letting the people know, hear what is a rule, whether they can accept it or not. You just collect money. Please, if that guy needs support, we will support him financially. Let him sue this man because it's very painful. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. She said if he needs financial support, you will support him financially to teach the man a lesson. Is this because you want him to teach the man a lesson for his own sake or for the sake of every other person who has ever had a landlord situation and could do nothing about it? Because that's how it sounds to me. Thank you so much for your contribution on the late night show. He said take him to court and teach him a lesson. Okay, well, he's listening. He is listening at 0700 903 903 903. Call me up and let's have candid conversations tonight. This is the radio girl. You are tuned in to Always After People 973 FM. You have been listening to me now. I want to listen to you. Okay, I'm still taking messages on our WhatsApp platforms. Yes. Okay. Dare from Agomu, I hope I got this right, from Agomu says, I was very angry when my landlord said the gen must not be left on overnight. Okay, you didn't expatiate, you didn't say more of that. I really want to know, what did you do after the situation, and also what is your advice for the young man going through the situation at this very moment? All right, I want to know. Call me up or send me a WhatsApp message. Let me hear from you. Okay, this one is a really crazy one. This one is a really crazy one. Omolola. Okay, Omolola, you didn't tell me where you're writing from. Omolola said, my landlord insisted that we must not hit nails on the wall. We must not hang pictures or wall clocks. Okay, what was his reason? And what did you do about this? I really want to know. Come on, and don't just tell me, okay, we know your landlord is crazy and he did this crazy thing. How did you handle it? And also, what is your advice for the young man currently going through an issue at this very moment? All right. Okay, Innocent. Innocent from Ajao says, my former landlord said you must not wash your car inside his compound. Okay, why? He didn't tell me why. Why? You must not wash the car in the compound. So where do you wash? You go on the streets, or you take it to a car wash, or what? Where do you wash? How do you do it? I really, really want to hear from you. 0700 903 903 903. How did you handle this situation? Yeah, how did you handle this situation? Voice of People 9.3 FM is where you at. This is the Late Night Show with the Radio Girl. Stay with me. Okay, I'm seeing a message here that I feel it's quite funny. Why would you say this? Why would you say this? Okay, Alexander from Ikeja says, all these rules I'm hearing, Radio Girl, it be like say these people no pay complete rent to. Why would you say that, Alex? You don't even need to pay incomplete rent before a landlord to come and be giving all these crazy rules to live by. Yes, so that is not the situation, Alex. But thank you. I believe you're just trying to inject some humor into the program. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. What is your name and where are you calling me from?
This is Linda called before.
Linda, where are you calling me from?
Mary.
Oh, Mary calling back. Thank you so much. Mary, you want to add something to what you've already said?
Like what the other man said before, concerning that he support the boy, See, at the end, the boy, what is to let that boy don't take it easy with that landlord, because if you didn't show this landlord, of course, so-called landlord in Lagos, a lesson, others will be on there. I know what I'm telling you. In my years, I live at all, and in December, I did to my landlord. So this man is coming back. He will send the grandchildren, run and collect these things to the go. The man show them Pepe. Till he pack out from that compound. He lived there for 2 good years without paying a house rent.
Wow. What did he do exactly?
The landlord's son called the so-called like this, they come and break the man door, pack all the load outside. So when the wife called him, the man came back and saw the load outside. He go to Okota police station.
The man in charge told him to go and call photographer to snap it. So after it, he go to the lawyer. He said that give him the paper. The man denied. He said, me, how can I do such? I didn't give anybody paper to clearly. So take the man to police station. So the man go to police station and arrested the landlord's son and take him to Okota police station. When the wife bring food, the man called the Okota police station to take the man to Mushi police station. It's not like in form of a drama. This man claimed that he leave 200,000 inside the room that he want to use it for his customer.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you.
Do you know if that was true? If he actually had money in the room?
That one did concern us. Maybe it's the Alaye people that collected it. Nobody know that it's true or lie. And they pay. So there's some people that had that man to deal with them. Let him deal with them. Let that boy deal with that landlord. Take him to woman rights. From there, they will see that landlord election. He's getting up for fun now.
Okay, what about the case of where you said he lived for 2 years without paying? How did that come about? If they paid him the 200,000?
What the court told him now, until the man pay all the whole money. So where can landlord get such amount now to pay?
Wow. So you're of the opinion that any landlord that is moving this way, whatever way the tenant can take to deal with them, they should do that?
Yes, now I support them.
So you're not a preacher of peace, eh?
If you have the money to deal with them and even buy their house, do it.
All right, Mary, thank you so much for sharing your experience with me. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with me. Keep listening. The Late Night Show continues. Wow. Okay, I know I sound like an ambulance right now, but I don't know. My mouth is a gap. I am surprised. I am amazed. I'm flabbergasted. Yes. I really don't know what to make of the situation or what comments to give on it. When you take certain laws into your own hands, sometimes the outcome is usually not great. When you have a landlord whose son feels like, oh, it's my father's house and I can do what I like, and then he goes into a tenant's house when the tenant is not around and breaks down the door and then tells people, come and pack all his belongings out of the house for me, Jerry. It's my father's house and he has not paid. And then they do that. And now the owner of the house has come back to say that, look, I had 200,000 naira in this house and now I can't find it anymore. Now you have to pay that money, whether it was true or not. And now he has to pay that money. And I believe, and that's why Mary said, if you have the strength, if you have the time, if you have the money, drag him everywhere, take him to court, take him before a human rights commission, so you can have your rest of mind. Wow. I'm just going to say, in everything you do, I would rather advise you go through the legal routes than engaging yourself in any violent act. All right, 15 minutes before the Candid Conversation segment will come to a honorable end. Give me a call and let's have a Candid Conversations tonight. 0700 903 903 903, or send me a message via our WhatsApp platforms. Yes, 0700 903 9039. I have a message from Temple, from my papa. Thank you so much. Okay, Temple said, my own landlord palava be say, my landlord say make I know they bring different girls coming compound. But guess what? I'm coming to tell you the full gist. Temple, come and tell me the full gist. I want to hear it. I really want to hear this one. So when he said, don't bring different ladies into the house, what did you do about it? How did you handle the situation? Temple, call me up or please come and finish this gist. Don't leave me hanging, okay? Good evening. Hello, good evening. Oh there. Do give me a call back. I want to hear from you, alright? I am happy to hear from you. You are the reason I am here, okay? Give me a call back 0700 903 903 903 or send a message via the WhatsApp platform 0700 903 9039. Again, that is 0700 903 9039. Still taking messages on our WhatsApp platforms. Yes. And please don't just tell me what your crazy landlord did, alright? I want to also have your suggestion for this young man who says he wants to sue him to court. Do you think they should do that? And also, how did you handle your crazy landlord situation? Okay, Amos. Hello, Amos. Okay, Amos from Ajegule said, I once lived in a house where the landlord said if you are a bachelor and after 1 year you are not married, he will give you quit notice. Okay, this one shocked me. Oh, hey, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
What is your name and where are you calling me from?
Someone calling from Sulere. Someone calling from Sulere.
Sam.
Yeah.
From Sulere. How are you tonight, Sam?
I'm fine.
Sam, have you ever had a crazy landlord situation and how did you handle it?
Very, very pretty. The guy should just calm down, collect evidence, threatening of evidence from the landlord. And you should look for a good lawyer. And it comes with attack. They should attack it with full counter attack. Don't fight the landlord. Don't be abusive. Just allow him to do his own will. You should just calm down. Everything this time, the landlord will succumb to him and beg him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a crazy landlord situation?
Yes. So,
how did you handle it? What happened? Tell us your experience.
I was telling him not to park my car inside the compound, that I should park outside, no parties in the compound. But like, wow, what happened?
But why? Why was that? Was the compound small or would the car block the road?
It was big. But he was telling me, giving me rules that I must not bring my friends on weekends, only weekdays.
You must not bring your friends on the weekend?
Yes, those weekdays.
What was his reason for that?
I don't know. There's rules for every talent, but me, he said at that my particular room, anybody that comes to that room, he will threaten them 2 years to pack out. But I've stayed there now 10 years. So if I want to come, he used to use police. I'll come and collect around.
He used to come with policemen?
Yes, to collect house rent from me.
To collect house rent from you specifically?
Yes.
And you're still living in that compound?
Yes, now. Yes, succumbed. He took me to court. I was just laughing. Then I now went to the court. My own lawyer, first of all, with a lot of evidence. He was looking at me, just smiling. Then now.
Oh dear. Sam. Do give me a call back, alright? The Candid Conversation segment will come to an end very soon. And I want to hear this gist, the end. Tempo, you also promised to gist me. So Tempo, you have to come and give me this gist, alright? So I'm counting on you, Tempo, and I'm counting on you, Sam, to give me a call back and let's have this conversation tonight. Hello there, good evening. Hello, good evening. Alright, do give me a call back. The late night show is where you're at. I'm the radio girl. Stay with me. Hello there, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What is your name and where are you calling me from?
This Queen Abiani Juru Tokeke from Lagos.
All right. You know what I heard? I only heard Queen because you're a great queen. Give me one more name
Yeah,
after
yeah, yeah.
Queen. Queen,
Let's
can you hear
forget
me?
about that. Let's go straight to the
All
point because
right.
of
All right,
time.
Queen. Yes, I want to hear your contribution. Have you ever had a crazy landlord experience?
Yes, in Lagos, this present one.
Hmm.
Formerly, yeah, I was living in Abuja. My landlord was very nice, good and calm, you understand? And
Hmm.
very simple. She said, you put the wife, put the man, they are okay. This Lagos, where you pay agent and agreement to the landlord to fix your roof. If rain falls, your whole place will be filled with water.
Hmm.
So all this is, I now began to ask them, what is of agent and agreement? You pay agent 30K. For one room, will take me and slap you.
Wow.
You pay landlord 8K. You will not put the receipt of 8K. Where is the other one? They say they don't put agent and agreement fee. Good and fine. Okay, fix the roof. The roof is taking very well. You now call somebody, climb up and came down with 10 zinc. Now, it was better before. You see, now became to seek more than
It
as
now
it
became
was.
worse.
Worse than it was. And I'm telling you the truth before God and man. I called him, he said if I complain too much, I should come and take my money. I wanted to take my money. My son said no.
Did he say you
Let's
should come
go
and
to
take a
that.
refund?
Yes, I wanted to go. My son said no, no, no. I should just tell him to forget. I want the idea. I just okay. It's well. Let me just manage.
Wow. So right now you're just even managing with demand with all the stress.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. So in this situation now, because this young man is kind of in the same situation that you're in, what
Other
would you
tenants,
advise him?
to me, I would tell him just manage the man. Everybody, you can manage people. You understand? You don't expect these people to be 100%. Even me, I'm not 100%. I'm manageable. Anyhow you find it, just try to manage and pray for your own. One day God will give you your own, like Oliver the Cook sang. I know you are Police, and you know you're going to call it on care. You understand? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Queen. Thank you so much. Hello there, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, how are
Someone
you?
calling back. Fine, someone calling back.
Samuel, thank you so much for calling back. Samuel, you were giving me a very great point.
So, in fact, people should not even rush for anything. You just calm down, take his time, go to the police station nearby, or fire away police station, collect a report of life threatening, then go to a good lawyer and explain to him. And the landlord attacks him, he should not even record, they just record everything and pretend that nothing happened. Then the big paper come, and then come to meeting in court. He will come with a shock, he will surprise that what happened. And everything is not fight. I've been here 10 years, like, every time he comes, he don't look at me. He just been policeman, my colleague is out trying, and I was using, and I'm way. There's no fight today. There's no fight, absolutely. You should not panic. You shouldn't panic.
So you feel he should not panic and just take everything
Slowly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now, you and your landlord, do you have an understanding that maybe you're someone he cannot bully, or you
I cannot,
staying there for
yeah.
10 years?
Yeah, even when I traveled out, I kept my mom there. He just came and look and just walk away. So
What about the other tenant? How does he live with them?
He bullies them a lot too. But since I've come to the compound now, they have succumbed. So anything that happens in the compound, they just call me. I say that you want power. I don't know anything about it. So they were like, yes, that me and my mom inside the crew. I don't want someone's problem. Let me go away from the issue. So,
But what exactly did you do to make the man kind of fear you so much?
First of all, he was threatening me. First of all, he was threatening me through WhatsApp. He was insulting me, giving me that he's going to send Boris. And although I've heard stories that anytime the tenant moves to that compound, he bring Boris from Oshodi or my two to come and bully the person out of the compound or out of the room with load. So the person will be crying, begging. People will not be facing, begging, he will not agree. He will be doing strong death. to my own, and I said, you do my own load outside, no problem. That's where the journey started of craziness. For me, so I'm crazy, you are crazy too. We start our madness on the street. When he started doing it, it was like insulting me, telling me things on WhatsApp. I was cooling off because I was telling him anything you do to me, it won't work. So next, after like 8 months, he told me paper. This, that, I should leave this house now. I'm insulting him. And I said, hey, Mike, no problem now. And I said, okay, come and meet me at Yaba Magistrate Court. And I came there. That's when he was surprised. He was shocked. He was looking at me. What happened? What happened? I said, okay, this Yaba is not even conducive for you. Let's go to Marina. Lagos Island. Now when that is where the issue closed. Looking at
so it was a court issue that made him get off your case.
Yes. So looking at me, because I took it for that. I'm not going to fight. Because if I fight you, I'm going to enjoy you. So let me just not do it the legal way.
So are you advising this young man to do the same as well?
Yes, now you should not even panic, because if I not find out that he's panicking, he's going to enter in full time, going to disgrace him full time. Just cool down, watch his ways. Should not step on the landlord's to pay his house rent, pay his dues in time. Should not waste time, pay in time. All the receipts. Once about it, then about it. The receipt is very vital. The receipt alone is very, 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 very vital.
Wow.
Anything goes in the compound, you just put the receipt. Because what is the receipt? The man will win you. So when you put the receipt, even though you're doing bank transfers for your house rent, go to your bank, print it out, put it in your Facebook for anything that happens in the future. So when it comes to looking at you, but me, you showed me like 6 papers. Another was okay, everything was complete. Looking at me that what happened to this? Why this boy doing this? She 10 years now in the compound. Even when I traveled out, came back. They were looking at me that this guy, but what happened? But today says no one talking to me. When you just come, you look. They're calling that the machine as for a machine. You just come and you see someone is around. You do it, this, that, I don't look at it. You know, like a father, so I don't talk about things.
But as it is now, are you happy about the relationship you have with your landlord, or the lack of a relationship you have with your landlord?
It's not my house. It's house, so I'm a tenant there. I just have to pay my own dues and put them aside now. It's not concerns me. They're not concerning me. You know the boundaries now. They're not take on my. So anything that wants to do, you don't look at me, because they already signed up taking anything that happens to me on my farms to go to enter a big problem. So now, right now in the compound, I'm doing parties. I feel like in the weekend watching football with you. Go to anywhere.
And all of this you would have been unable to do before now.
And because of that, Sule landlords are very terrible. That's the craziest thing there. Sule landlords are very terrible. They can take it to the extreme. But this one, I told him that even though they are taking it to the extreme, if I'm at fault, that's the problem. But I'm not at fault, so Mr. Man, don't do anything, because me too, I'm a Russian. So don't try it at all. Each anywhere, I will look at you and I'll laugh. You go and meet me, you go back and come and meet me. So tell Mr. Temple should not panic, should not even fear. She not even like the landlord is doing existing. She just take his time, go to the fast police station and lay complaint. Go to find a good lawyer. Because when they talk to the lawyer, you say, okay, she back it by. They do your recordings about what she's doing to you. But when it comes to the attack, they're doing counter attack. Looking at you, what the nothing is there. This is very sharp. So what they see that you are very intelligent, they work for me.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Sam, for sharing your experience. So Sam is saying everything is not shout and violence and quarrels. He's saying take the legal route, and it's even so much better, because now he's saying this is how he's been living with his own landlord, and his landlord even sees him as someone he does not want to have an issue with, because he's already signed and undertaken that if anything happens to this young man while he's living in this compound, then the landlord will be held responsible for it. Okay. I understand you, Sam. Where he said Sulu landlords are very terrible, do you really think that you can ascribe what your landlord or how your landlord behaves to, the whole area? I believe that everybody cannot be bad, or at least that bad. All right. But I thank you so much, Sam, for calling in and sharing your experience with us. Sam is letting us know how he took legal action in his own situation and how he was, able to win. All right. Thank you so much, Sam, for sharing your experience with us. All in all, Sam is proposing that he should take the legal way, as that will be the most appropriate way for him to go. 31 minutes past 11 p.m. This is the point where I say thank you so much for joining me on the late night show tonight, for joining the candid conversation segment of the late night show. Right now, we'll be going on to listen to some wonderful music. I call the segment New School Vibes. This is where you hear new school vibes. This is where you hear great songs from underground artists. You might call them upcoming. I like to call them underground artists, people who are cooking things, yes, in the underground environment, yes. But I'm sure you will love this one. So don't go nowhere. The late night show continues to listen to some great music, wonderful new school vibes to put you in an easy mood. I will be back.